Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Custom. So today we're going to do a tweaking of a belt for a Thanos resin kit that I'm working on for a friend of mine. My friend really loves these huge ass statues, and I'm doing this item for him, and I'm going to kind of break it down as much as I can. But I'm going to tweak out this belt. So as you can see, the belt is just not even. Literally, this piece is just hanging down. I mean, whoever sculpted the item did a really great job. It's a great sculpt, but it's like they got to the point where like, okay, that's good enough. Just, send it out. Where there was a lot of issues with the thing, but this is irking me, this belt, and I'm going to fix this for my friend, even though he doesn't. I guess he really doesn't care. So what I'll do is I'll probably just sculpt up a little bit higher to kind of even this out. But I have to Dremel this out over here. Now, you may think, oh, that's easy. That's not a big deal. You just get the Dremel and you even it out. It's not a big deal. But the problem is this statue was hollow. Now, when I say it was rotocasted hollow, I'm not talking about, yeah, it was about a quarter of an inch thickness. I'm talking this thing was eggshell. Now, when I say eggshell, I'm like literally saying, you could take a light, you could put it behind it, and you would be able to see the lamp almost through the thing. That's how eggshell it was. And I think it was fiberglass too. I don't even think it was resin. If it was resin, it was one of the cheapest resins I've ever seen. So what I did was I drilled a hole up in the hand up here, and I poured 800 milliliters of smooth on 300 resin in here, and I rotocasted it. I took it and I rotocasted it. As I was rotocasting it, resin's dripping out all over the place. There's a hole here, there's a hole there, there's a hole in the foot. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So anyway, after that was done, I did another 800 milliliter rotocast, and then after that was done, I did another 800. I made sure I got up in here, I made sure I got up in the head, I made sure I got up in the hands, and I went all over the statue. So, once all that's said and done, I filled it up with foam. The foam that you use, you can get at Home Depot for insulation. So I foamed them all out. So he's fairly thick, and I think I can get away with dremeling the belt now. So even if I kind of hit into the statue, hopefully there's some resin and foam in there where I can still put A's on there, build out this part of the jacket, and then build out the belt, because that's kind of my goal. So, but as you can kind of see, it's a really great statue, but the problem is, it's just, I guess, the sculpting-wise got to the point where they were just like, okay, let's just kind of do some little things here and there, and then just get it out the door and sell it. So, I've been rebuilding a lot of stuff from my friend. I rebuilt these pieces on the gloves because whoever did it before, like this one looked like an S. This one kind of didn't even completely come around. This one wasn't even like, was all filled in. It was just a mess. And then as you can see, I'm rebuilding the glove over here. But to give you guys a tip on this item, if you guys are ever get a big kit and it looked like there was sand thrown onto the sculpt while they casted it, and you really need to get all that sand, really smooth it out. What I've been doing is, in the beginning, I used this Rust-Oleum. I don't really like Rust-Oleum, but with bigger kits, it seems to go pretty well. But this Rust-Oleum was never getting me anywhere. So what I did is I had this tooth-time thick stuff, and I've been spraying this stuff on there, and I've been really been able to smooth it all out. It's been really coming along good, and it's getting there, and I'm really doing as much as I can for my friend with filling it in, rebuilding some areas, getting a lot of the scratches out. There was a lot of indentations, a lot of like rough sculpting. I kind of smoothed all that out for him, and I'm just taking my time and I'm rebuilding what I can. It's just this belt, it's just bothering me. I just can't sit there and let, when I know I can fix this belt for him and just not do it and give it to him would just be kind of a crappy thing to do. And that's why whenever people ask me to do commissions for kits, I always say, I need to see the kit. I need to see a casting that is in your hand, not a casting that somebody did their first casting and they send out pictures and everyone thinks that every casting is going to look like that. But when you get the 30th one casted, there's errors and there's problems and, so I always tell people I need to see it in hand before I can even give a quote. But of course, it's a good friend of mine. I always take on whatever he wants because he doesn't rush me with the stuff. He lets me do what I want, and I just gotta fix this belt for him. I just can't. It's just bothering me, and I'm pretty sure if any of you guys bought an item and you realize that something was off and you just wanted to fix, you would want it fixed. So this is what we're gonna do. So all right, to get back into the whole repairing of the video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the garage and I'm gonna Dremel this out. And then once I Dremel this out, I'm gonna build the top piece and I'll build the jacket down. And then after that's all dry, the next day I'll finish out the belt. I wish I could just kind of lift it up, but I just can't. I gotta kind of tweak it out and see what I can do. So I'm going to go in the garage, I'll do that, we'll come back, and we'll just start repairing this and making it even, so at least this one error on the statue isn't really like jumping out and it's in front of your face, you know. Some of the other errors here and there that I can't really fix, that just, you know, I mean, I could sit here and rebuild this thing all day long, but I got to kind of find that middle ground, but making stuff look good, but not go overboard with, you know, redoing the sculpt from scratch. So let's just get that worked, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I went in the garage and we lucked out. I Dremeled out the piece. I'm going to take some extra A's that I have here before it goes bad. I'm going to rebuild the jacket, just going to smooth this down. The next day I'll probably sand that down, and then I can rebuild the build at one shot. This is the best way to do it, I figure. At least it'll be a little bit more even. And I'm lucky that there was enough meat in here. And underneath in the corners, though, I was actually starting to hit some of the resin that I rotocast in there, which is okay. I really didn't hit anything, you know, I didn't go through the statue. It was good. I'm lucky that there was enough meat in here. You know, and let's just get that filled in. We'll come back when we're ready to start building up the belt. Okay, guys, it's the next day, and as you can see, I pretty much did all the A's around him here and there. I also built out the glove about these pieces a little bit more. So next thing now is just got to sand it down and then start rebuilding this. And then once that's all done, prime him up, clean him up some more, and he's ready to go. So I'll get in the garage, I'll sand that down, and we'll come back when we're ready to sculpt up the belt. Alright guys, so as you can see, I pretty much built the belt back again. It's now even with the buckle. It's the best I'm going to be able to do it with the sculpt without, like I said in the past, like rebuilding the whole entire thing. But I built it out more. It's very thick. The only reason why I did that because it was easier to cut it with the X-Acto knife going around. And the next step is, once this dries up tonight, tomorrow I can sand it down, prime it, and go from there. So what I might have to do is just do a little touching up inside the belt buckle around here once it's dry, but I just really wanted to get that going. And so as you can see, what I did too around the edge here is the reason why I pushed all the A's there and then I cut it because I had to lift this up a little bit more because it was going down at the angle. So this kind of evens out. But this all gets sanded and primed and cleaned up. But we'll come back once I pretty much sanded up and primed it all. And then you guys can just see by, a simple little bit tweaking here and there, you can fix the belt from being down where it's not supposed to be to where it should be. So we'll be back once it's all fixed. Alright guys, it's pretty much the next day. I sanded it down and then I primed it up and now it's just pretty even. I like the way it looks now. It's connected. It's not falling off the side like it's, he raised his arm and the belt buckle came loose or something. So now it's pretty much even and I'm happy with it. Some more tweaking to go, so we'll have the video up down the line once it's all painted up. But, just to go to show you guys, if you see a kit out there you like, and it requires a little bit more extra work than just sanding and putting it together, you take your time and just Dremel out some pieces and you resculpt and you just even it out. So pretty much all it was Dremeling out the area, using Aves with an X-Acto blade and a paintbrush and Aves, and then building it out, but making sure the outside is all even. And then once that's all set and hardened, you just Dremel it down and you go from there. So, fairly simple fix. It's just a matter of taking the extra effort and time to putting into it to making it look better. So, hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully it helps you guys out with some, kits or statues you're working on that you might see something you don't like and you just want to tweak it. So, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more videos.